Everyone, my name is Aubrie Rose. Welcome back to my channel. So I just spent, I don't know how much time, probably like a good half an hour looking for my phone, and no, it was not in my hand. I'm not that much of an idiot, but close. So I slipped it into a pocket of a jacket that I was wearing, and then I had all this laundry to put away. So I was putting away my clothes, and I was hanging up my shirts, and I was also hanging up the jacket that I was wearing that I took off that had my phone in the pocket. And I had to use my computer and the Find My app to locate my phone, and it was pinging. And I have this laundry basket that in my closet that I put shoes in. I'm like, I knew it. I had my phone while I was putting shoes in this laundry basket, and it fell in there. So I was digging around in there and I couldn't find it. And so then I took it out of my closet because I was like, the sound will follow if it's really in here, and it didn't follow. It was still in the closet. It was in the pocket of something, which is really funny because I kept looking in my pockets for my phone because I'm like, I know my phone is in a pocket, but it's not in my pockets. And I didn't actually think that it was in a pocket because obviously it wasn't in my pajama pants pockets because I can only half get dressed. But yes, I found it. So now we can talk about books because that's what I'm doing today. I'm doing my August reading recap. I feel like my phone fell a little bit. Here we go. That's a little bit better. I can scoot back. Okay. So I read 3 books in August. I thought I read more. I did not. So 2 books that I read are recent releases. The 3rd book was an ARC that I got. I signed up for an ARC, and that one is coming out September 13th. And so let me see which order I read them in. I believe the first book that I read in August was Teaching the Teacher's Pet by Sarah Sutton. This is her 7th book that came out, and it's the first in a new series called the Most Likely To series. I am so excited for this. I've been so excited for this book. I'm so excited for the rest of the series. This is about Maisie Matthews and Connor Bray. So Maisie Matthews, she's voted most likely to marry a math book. So that tells you a little bit about her already. Her school has taken away the valedictorian award, and she kind of needs that award that she's worked very hard for to get college scholarships, and so she's not very happy about that. But the only way that her school will actually reinstate the award is if she helps to tutor Connor Bray, which he plays football. I don't remember which position he plays. She doesn't like him, but she has to tutor him in math and help him pass the last semester of math so that he can graduate. And so in exchange, he still agrees to help her with something. So he agrees to tutor her in love because things aren't going so great with her boyfriend. But as she's tutoring him in math and he's tutoring her in love, the chemistry starts to build. So my favorite Sarah Sutton book is still Can't Catch My Breath. And a lot of her books, I don't really like how they start. I don't really like how the 2 characters get thrown into something that's going to make them fall in love. I don't like the main characters at the beginning, or like the main girl. I never really liked them at the beginning. It takes me a little while to get into the book, but once I get into the book and all the fun romancy parts start happening, I love it so much. And I love this book so much. It was super cute. None of the football stuff is realistic. My brothers are currently in football season. I really know all of the football stuff. It was pretty clean. I think there were some cuss words or like some just but not too many, and then maybe some like abbreviations of cuss words, something along those lines. I believe that was a thing. And then of course kissing. I don't think it got too excessive though, and it's just kissing in Sarah's book, which is very nice. I think this one keeps slipping again. There we go. And yes, so I very much enjoyed reading that book, so definitely go check it out if you I'm going to have links to all the books in the description because I just thought of that. I could do that, so that sounds fun. The next book that I read was Love and Gavin by Pixie Perkins. Love and Gavin, honestly, the blurb is a little bit difficult to understand, but basically the main character is Mackenzie. She has a best friend named Rose. Rose has two brothers that I remember, her twin brother Alex and her older brother Gavin. As per the name, Mackenzie has had a crush on Gavin for since they were kids. And Alex, okay, so she wrote a letter to Gavin confessing her love for him, but she didn't finish it. So she, you can't tell who the letter's for by just reading it. Alex is her nemesis. They do not get along well at all. They have a very enemies relationship, and it's kind of fun at the beginning, but it also drives everyone else crazy. Alex finds this letter, and Mackenzie does not want anyone to find out about her crush about Gavin, or for Gavin. And so she lies and says that the letter was written for Alex, and he doesn't believe her, so she has to prove it to him. And so she tries to prove it by dating him, so it's kind of like a fake dating relationship, but she's the only one who's faking it, but it only turns faking for so long. This was the first book by Pixie Perkins that I've read, and I absolutely loved it, you guys. So the whole book is pretty much just like the romance plot. There's not really a lot of, in Sarah's books, there'll be a lot of subplots, so it's not just the romance, there's a lot of other drama things. This one was pretty much just purely romance, and I loved every second of it. There was kind of excessive kissing, but I mean, there was a lot of kissing throughout the book, not necessarily that each of the kissing scenes were excessive. So it's still very clean, but I loved it so much. I got to the point where I knew they were gonna break up, and I'm just I can't read it right now. I can't have them break up. And so I went and I bothered my brothers. I just left my room, and I was like, I'm reading this book, and they're about to break up, and I can't read it right now. And one of my brothers sympathized with me, which was nice. But yes, and so I got to I did not want that book to end. I still want to buy myself a physical copy so I can just read it whenever I want to. I mean, I still can on Kindle, but I want a physical copy. So when I'm allowing myself to spend money on things, I'm totally gonna buy that. And yeah, absolutely love the book. There was so there's not actual cuss words, there's maybe abbreviations of cuss words, but just the the flippin', the what is it, darn, dang it, heck, those words, and some of them were just a little bit excessive, so it's nice that they're not actual cuss words, but some flipping was super excessive, and that did bother me a little bit. Some of them were this word doesn't even need to be in the sentence, it doesn't make sense. But yes, that was pretty much my only complaint. I absolutely love this book, and I didn't like Mother Gareth. But yeah, no, that's on me. But yes, I absolutely loved this book. And yes, I think it worked as long as you don't mind if it's just the romance. If you want a little bit more plot elements, more drama that's not just the romance, you might not like this book as much, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. If you want just something light and fluffy and just that will make you laugh and cry a little bit, definitely pick up this book. I loved it so much. You should totally read it. Yes. And so we had our lovely happy books, and then we got to this one that I arc read, and yes, so this one is Taking a Chance on Me by Megan Bird. So this book is about characters Rachel and Tom. Rachel wants to be an author, but she has a lot of self-doubt because of some things that people have told her in her past. And so she currently works at a library, and the book kind of shows her journey growing meeting people, just being around more people, learning to, accept community and let people support her and what she's trying to do. And then Tom he used to be a pro surfer and now photography now, but he's still a part of the surfing world by taking pictures, and so he's trying to grow from his past as well. And yeah, they meet each other and they help each other, sort of. That's kind of the basis of the book that I can remember. And yes, this is also the second book in a series, and I forgot about that multiple times. I haven't read the other book. And this book was an adventure. So I'm gonna do like positive things first. So the characters had pretty good arcs. I liked some of the side characters, and I liked some of the romance parts. Like, some of the romance scenes were really cute. That was pretty much it for this book, though. Like, that was the only thing that I enjoyed. The characters bugged me a lot. It was almost like they didn't give me enough time or I didn't get enough time to care about these characters before they started telling me about their backstories and all these problems, and I was like, I really don't care at this point. And so, because it started off that way, I never really cared about their problems, and so that just kind of made the characters kind of annoying, and it's like we're always talking about these bad things that happened in their past, but it was like years ago, and I'm like, come on, you guys, we can get over this, because it's relationship stuff. I get it, relationships are hard to get through, but I mean, it's over, it's in the past, you gotta move on, people, you gotta move on. And so it was just, it was bugging me. Some people I totally get could like this character arc, and it could have just been me personally that didn't like it as much. But as for like the actual story and not just preference stuff, the dialogue was not realistic at all. The dialogue was terrible, like, throughout the whole book. There was like a cute romance moment, and then it just got ruined by unrealistic dialogue, and I was just like hitting myself on the head, like, no one talks like this. So that was annoying. And then it was a little bit more too much like real life, and it wasn't structured like an actual book and story. Like, there was just like, oh, we're here now, and then we're here, and then it just kind of like we got two scenes from like one from each person's point of view in 1 month, and then it went to this month, and then it went to this month, and so it was a little bit too much like real life and not enough structure, like a plot that actually made sense, like we were trying to get to some place. It was just kind of like we're floating around and we're doing this now, which was not, I didn't like reading that. So it was a struggle to get through this book. I definitely would not have finished it if it wasn't an arc. Other people might still like this. Again, some of this stuff was personal preference. Other stuff was not. It was very clean. There was some kissing. I don't think, it didn't get excessive or anything like that. I don't believe there were any cuss words, so extremely clean. But I did not enjoy reading this book, which is really sad. But yeah. So those were the 3 books that I read this month. You can still check all of them out in the description down below. I will include the arc, or it'll just be the pre-orders, the pre-order link. If you do want to check it out, I'll read the description and see if you want to try it out, despite my, I don't know, my views on it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys and talking about books. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books, or if you were going to check them out. And hi, you guys weren't supposed to see me today, but I forgot to talk about the blurbs. So instead of doing the outro, I was like, oh snap, I got to do the blurbs real quick for the books that I was reviewing, and then I forgot to do the outro. So hello and goodbye. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.